ורב חסד ואמת, נוצר חסד לאלפים, נושא עוון ופשע, וחטא ונקה.
Welcome everyone to Shalvah this week, and this week we are looking forward to on Sunday and Monday. It's Rosh Chodesh Elul, the beginning of the month before the high holidays. Hard to believe, and here we are in the middle of summer, that we're beginning to run up to the high holidays, but that's the way the calendar falls out this year. And the month of Elul is the month where we begin to think, to reflect, to contemplate what the new year can be like for us. And one of the most difficult things always in approaching the high holidays, but much more so this year maybe than in other years, is to try to think of it being new. How can it be new when, we often find ourselves to be much the same people we were in previous years, maybe despite our best efforts, maybe facing the same challenges we were facing a year ago, and especially in our current state where we thought we had gone through the worst of the pandemic, and now we find ourselves entering into a difficult stage of this ongoing pandemic. How do we start again? How do we start again? So these verses from the book of Exodus are part of the tradition's answer. These are the verses that we're told that God gave to Moses when Moses was leading the people and despairing himself of being able to start again when the people kept sinning, the people kept turning away from the path that God was laying out for them and that Moses was trying to teach them. How could they start again? So God gave to Moses these words, and in rabbinic legend it says that God appeared as a chazan, as a cantor, robed in white, and taught these words to Moses. And the words themselves are all about compassion, graciousness, calm, kindness, and the ability to let go of sin. And as it says at the end, to wipe the slate clean, to clean it up, to let it be new again. And that image of wiping the slate, I think, is important for us, because when you think about a slate and chalk is written on it and then you wipe it, it's not brand new. It's not as if the chalk that was on it is erased and it's completely, and you can't tell anything was ever written on it. You can sometimes even see the faint outlines of what was written there before, and yet it's ready to write something new. So that's the place we're in as we enter on Sunday, the month of Elul, Sunday and Monday, and start turning towards the high holidays. We're in the place of trying to figure out how, despite everything that's been written on our slate throughout this year, despite finding ourselves facing very similar challenges, how can we find a way to newness? How can we find a way to wipe our own slate clean and write something new on it? And I think one of the things here is not to think only that God has compassion for us, but that we need to have compassion for ourselves. The ability to look at ourselves and say, yes, I may have not kept all of the commitments that I hoped for during this year, but I'm still capable of making new commitments. I still have strength in me. I still have kindness in me. I still have goodness in me. And I can be compassionate with my own mistakes, compassionate with my own slowness to learn and the difficulty I have with change. So if we can show compassion to ourselves, we can show love to ourselves, we can be kind to ourselves, that can help us to find a way to just maybe soften the edges of what's already been written on the slate enough for us to be able to write something new. And if we can find that compassion for ourselves, then we can find it for the other people in our lives, allowing them to let go and for us to let go of whatever we might be holding from them during this past year. And then maybe we're ready to turn to the divine. And that's the progression of the month of Elul, is that we start with introspection in ourselves, trying to find our own way, so that by the end of the month, by the time we enter the new year, we're ready to broaden that, to gather with community. We don't know how that's going to be, but in person or online, and to open ourselves to the divine. We're ready for that because we've extended that same compassion and love to ourselves that we're hoping to find when we reach out for the divine.
So if you're comfortable closing your eyes, please do. Taking another couple of good deep breaths, nourishing your body and sending a message to your body that it's time to let go a little bit. And sitting with awareness, no rigidity, but with poise and awareness of the points of contact between your seat and your chair, your hands in your lap, the soles of your feet, feeling them in your socks or on the floor, feeling your whole body taking up the space that it does. Bringing attention to your breath, not trying to force anything, just noticing what's happening today, where you feel your breath most prominently. Is it in your chest or your belly, your nostrils, back of your throat? Allowing your breath to help you arrive here. And you can always return to your breath or your body as an anchor when your thoughts inevitably take you away. But we're going to offer you some phrases that you can use or modify to cultivate compassion. May I be open. May I be gentle in receiving. May I accept myself. May I meet what I'm feeling with compassion and love, as generous as I would offer my own child. May I hold myself in understanding and patience. May I offer myself the same compassion I would offer a dear friend. May I feel that compassion in my whole body, like honey, warm and sweet, or like light. Feeling your breath. May I have patience with myself as I reapproach the gates this year. May I have compassion for myself, knowing that I approach with some of the same challenges every year. Sending love and acceptance into all the places in our bodies that feel any kind of tension or bracing. Treating ourselves with tenderness. Feeling your breath. May I be filled with loving kindness, with patience for my journey, with acceptance, with care. Returning to your breath, taking a couple of deeper ones. Wiggling your fingers and toes. Gently moving your head. And when you're ready, letting your eyes open up, and we'll chant this beautiful chant that so musically expresses the teaching that Rabbi Zeff gave earlier. El Rachum Vechanun Erech Apayim Verav Chesed Ve'emet Notze Chesed Lalafim Notze Avon Vafesha Vechata Venake El Rachum Vechanun Erech Apayim Verav Chesed Ve'emet Notze Chesed Lalafim Notze Avon Vafesha Vechata Venake El Rachum Vechanun Erech Apayim Verav Chesed Ve'emet Notze Chesed Lalafim Notze Avon Vafesha Vechata Venake El Rachum Vechanun Erech Apayim Verav Chesed Ve'emet Notze Chesed Lalafim Notze Avon Vafesha Vechata Venake El Rachum Vechanun Erech Apayim Verav Chesed Ve'emet Notze Chesed Lalafim Notze Avon Vafesha Vechata Venake Vechata Venake
So I hope as we go into this month and as we start preparing together for the high holidays, that we can come back to the idea of compassion and kindness to ourselves, to those around us, and in relationship to the divine as our way of starting to very gently wipe the slate clean and make room for something new.